5:30, the Twin City Area Transportation Authority Board meeting is in session. All righty. Madam Clerk, Madam Secretary, can you call the roll?
Singleton.
Present.
Jackson.
Present.
Virgil. Hatcher. Not present. Spencer Nesbitt. Not present.
We do have a quorum. At this time, approval of the agenda
I move.
Second.
has been moved and seconded. The roll call.
Trustee Singleton.
Yes.
Trustee Jackson.
Yes.
Robinson. Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Approval of the October minutes. Anybody got any questions on the October minutes?
You want to look at them?
No, I'm good.
So entertain a motion to approve.
Say,
You moved to approve the,
yes, yes.
been-
Support.
okay, been moved and supported. Roll call.
Trustee Jackson.
Yes.
Trustee Singleton.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson. Yes.
This time it brings us to the financial update. Is there anybody from Hungerford here?
There is not. Our Hungerford accountant had his own baby about a week ago, so he didn't quite get the financials done before he left. We expect him to be back, I believe, next week. It was only a 2-week post-baby leave.
So if there's any questions, you can direct them to the.
Yes, we'll have the financials soon, and we'll send them out when he's completed them.
Yes.
So it should be out by next week sometime.
This next item is the director's update. Mr. Director.
So you have before you the ridership report and the fuel report. And one of the things that's notable about the ridership report is that there is a pretty significant increase in ridership, over 1,000. So if you look at September, 8,800, and then look at October, 10K, over 10K. So I don't know if it's the fall season, don't know what to attribute that to, but it's a good thing. Fuel report, it kind of is what it is. We had a safety workshop on November 11th. That's Veterans Day. So instead of providing service, we were actually closed that day. And we had a workshop. Tressa, do you want to just discuss a little bit about what was done there?
Yeah, if you want to give me presenter mode, I can show you what the agenda was. Otherwise, it's not that important. I'll just read it to you. We did, I'm sorry? Yeah, there's a presenter mode or present button. It should just say present. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So we did some organization updates. We did our annual drug and alcohol training. We talked about language translation. This is something that we are required to have from the FTA regulations, but we hadn't really gotten the chance to make sure everybody knew what the process was, so we talked through that. We talked through some safety items. We did lift and mobility device securement, sort of retraining. This is something else we try to do annually. And then we all watched de-escalation training. So it was a long day, but it was a good day. We had a lot of good questions.
So the idea obviously is to try to improve safety and to impart safe operations on all things that we are engaged. So for the drivers, so that they know to operate safely, not just driving, but making sure that the passengers are able to leave the bus in a safe situation. Because sometimes the drivers aren't as sensitive to where they're dropping the passengers off as we would like them to be. So we're really trying to make sure that we have safe operations, and as you know, we're heading into the winter season, so that's the highest risk time for us.
Yeah, on a similar note, we were just refreshing our closure policy for adverse winter weather or weather in general with our safety committee this past week. So we are all, the drivers and the dispatchers are clear on what to do. That will also help.
And then, on a related note, we've done pretty well with addressing the FTA deficiencies. And so this is all part of it, right? The safety, and I think, where are we at? Almost there,
So
right?
we have closed all of our FTA deficiencies, which is very exciting. We had a bit of a struggle with the maintenance and for facilities and equipment because we had to have 3 consecutive months where at least 80% of that maintenance was done within its time window. That's a lot easier when you have 20 buses that you're dealing with compared to, oh, we only had 1 monthly report that was due. So we're really excited that that was finally closed. And just to give a good sense of where we were then and where we are now, when we had our triennial review, the FTA reviewers asked our maintenance department, do you have any records? Have you been doing preventative maintenance? And largely the answer was no for anything. If they were doing preventative maintenance, they weren't tracking it. So we have gone from that to making sure it is done on time every single month, according to our current maintenance plans. So it's a huge accomplishment. We did also close out a procurement finding, which was a lot simpler. We had to do some price analysis for our procurements, and I believe we used our step procurement to finish closing that out, which we will talk about in a second as well.
Any questions
Any questions?
about the safety workshop?
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Where was the safety workshop, by the way?
It was at Nick's church.
And who is the pastor? Or the pastor's wife?
Oh, I understand. I was like, why are we bringing this up? Yes, we had it. It was at a church. Gotcha. It was a lovely space. I will say that. It was very useful.
And that is, for the record, refreshing found.
In the minutes, noted.
Thank you to refreshing found and the Bishop
Yes, thank you.
Burden. And
Exactly. Providing a great venue for us. And the price is right, too.
Okay.
next, can move forward.
So if you haven't noticed, the east side stairs have been repaired. So they've been repaired, painted, there it is. Yeah.
Don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but I'm especially happy that there is a drainage system on the steps as well. You can just make it out in the image. Yes, they did a wonderful job.
It was a local Benton Harbor contractor, so we're really pleased about that, and we were able to address some deficiencies with FTA relative to procurement, so we were able to address a number of issues with one procurement. So we do have a local contractor. We did follow the procurement policies. We had multiple bids. We did all the things that were asked, and so you see the result of that.
Again, another good job there. So
Yeah.
got that taken care of.
RFPs. So you can see the east side stairs, that's complete. The building siding repaired, we decided to suspend that because we did not want the building exposed during the winter months. And then mobility operations, we are getting ready to enter into negotiations. We've completed the process for a procurement, and we're awaiting them to send us a first draft of a contract, which we will share with the chair and with our attorneys, and then the chair will go from there when he gets it. We'll get it to you. We're trying to get it to you on the 4th, by next Friday. And then we gotta go from there.
And then, you know, once I get it, we'll make sure that rest of the board, you know, so you can go over it and then we come back and they, I guess, make the next step after that, so.
Yeah, so it'll probably be a little back and forth, right? So you get the contract, and any questions you have, we might be able to set up something with the vendor if necessary. But we want to just make sure that we've asked all the questions that need to be asked, and then go from there.
Also, I think we mentioned about, first, the procurement, folks was involved in this RFP too. Then we'll also, the attorneys will be involved as far as,
Yes,
going over everything.
yes.
And that before it gets,
No, yeah, so we'll get you a draft as soon as we receive it, but then we're going to send it to the attorney at the same time as you get it. And then the attorney will do markup, you guys will do markup, and then we'll come up with a schedule for how we want to address all the questions that we receive.
okay.
So the one issue that we have is just the schedule of all the board members in December. So we just kind of need to know what your schedule is so that we can plan to provide you the materials that you need. And then if there's a special board meeting that needs to be called, that can be called when you're present.
Do that right quick. Madam Secretary, you got any plans of leaving town before the end of the month? You got a deadline or something? When can you meet? You know, because we.
It has to be before Christmas.
Okay. Oh yeah. We'll be,
So the way things are currently scheduled, our next board meeting is December 23rd, which is the Tuesday before Christmas. And then we're planning to have a holiday party after our meeting on the 23rd. So hopefully you'll be here. Maybe? Okay.
Thinking maybe we could.
yeah. If we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Move it up a week because I'd like to. You know, before the 23rd. If
Okay, well, I mean, that's your call if you want to move it up the week before.
The 16th?
yeah,
Works better.
that works better.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That way we won't interfere with anybody's Christmas travels.
Okay, so Daryl, the 16th works for you? Okay, so you want to, so we'll set the next board meeting for December 16th? Okay. We'll have all the materials for you, prior to that.
Any other thing on that, or that's it?
That's all.
Okay. All right, next item, old business, automatic garage door.
Almost. So the idea is we want to have sensed garage door openers so that we pull up to a certain point, the doors will automatically open. They'll be timed. So when the buses leave, the doors will automatically close. So we're going to save quite a bit on heating. And so we're hoping that we can have this done in December, before December. We actually had some quotes, and we have a really good quote, and it turns out that those doors are over 25 years old. So,
Wow.
yeah, so it's time.
Just for record keeping there, let's go back and need a motion to approve the director's update as presented. You can get a motion to approve the
I make that
director's-
motion.
Okay, it's been moved by
Second.
Robinson, second by Mr. Jackson. Roll call.
Trustee Jackson.
Yes.
Trustee Singleton.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson, yes.
Okay, motion carried. We'll go back, finish up the old business. I think another item on there.
All right, so the automatic garage doors are in process. Hopefully, we'll have closure on that by the 16th, maybe. Next item, the county consolidation. We had a great meeting today with MDOT and the representatives of the county and the city, and we're working through it. Well, they're working through it. I'll be gone, but yeah, they're working through it.
All right, any, next item will be new business.
So we discussed ridership a little bit, but we've entered into a phase where we're really trying to increase ridership in general, even during the transition period. And so you'll see maybe a few little initiatives around to encourage people to ride. And one of the things that we are trying to do with the high school flex stop is to make people aware that the Blue Route might be a convenient means to access the high school, both for school activities, but after-school activities as well. And so we have a request in to Dr. Griffin to approve the stop that would be in the circle right in front of the library. And Dr. Griffin is aware, I guess she has her hands full with other things right now. But hopefully, again, by the 16th, by our next meeting, I hope to have closure on that, at least, because she said she was inclined to approve, but we just haven't gotten the I's dotted yet. So that's drug and alcohol policy?
Yep, so you all have a copy of the drug and alcohol policy. We recently had our annual drug and alcohol audit. They requested that we make a few changes. Most of them were pretty benign. For example, on page 5 and in some other locations, they wanted us to add an S to SAP. Right? It's all about checking boxes. We also mentioned on page 9 in our list of test refusals, I believe we had put failed to attempt to provide a specimen in a drug test. They demanded we add the word urine, so we did. The only major change is in section 6. This is starts on page 8 going into 9. They wanted more specific information on our requirements for a dilute urine test and what we would do if a negative test was dilute. Go ahead and read through it. Would you prefer that I read it out loud? Yes, okay. So, dilute urine test. In accordance with section 40.197B, if Takata if Takata's MRO informs Takata that a negative test was dilute, Takata will take the following action. If the MRO directs Takata to conduct a recollection under direct observation, i.e. because the creatine concentration of the specimen was equal to or greater than 2 milligrams per DL, but less than or equal to 5 milligrams, see section 40.155C, Takata will ensure this happens immediately. If a negative test during a random post-accident or reasonable suspicion drug test was dilute, but the MRO has not directed a recollection under direct observations, Takata will, but are not federally required to, direct the employee to take another test immediately. This retest will not be collected under direct observation unless there is another basis for direct observation as outlined in section 40.67B and C. If the employee declines to complete the recollection, it will be considered a test refusal, see section 7. If a negative test during a pre-employment drug test was dilute, but the MRO has not directed a recollection under direct observations, Takata will, but are not federally required to, direct the employment candidate to take another test immediately. This retest will not be collected under direct observation unless there is another basis for direct observation as outlined in 40.67B and C. If the employee candidate declines to complete the recollection as directed by Takata and the MRO, they will be removed from consideration for employment until they have met the pre-employment requirements in Section 5 as applicable. This will not be considered a test refusal except as outlined in Sections 5 and 7 of this policy. This has already gone to FTA for sort of pre-approval, so everything that we need to have should be in here. But of course, it is whether or not you guys approve it.
Any questions on the drug policy? Okay, motion to approve the drug alcohol policy.
I make that motion.
It's been moved.
Second.
Been moved by Ms. Robinson and second by Mr. Jackson. Roll call.
Trustee Jackson.
Yes.
Trustee Singleton.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson, yes.
Motion carried.
All right, the next item on the agenda is a weapons policy. So we had an incident, I want to say about a month and a half ago, where someone attempted to bring a machete on the bus. And basically, we realized that there was no approved formal policy for whether passengers can bring weapons on the buses and under what circumstances they may or may not be able to do so. So I did a little bit of research for similar-ish sized agencies, sort of urban or small urban. Ann Arbor just says no weapons of any kind in their passenger guidelines. Kalamazoo says no weapons of any kind or possession of any hazardous material unless in possession of a permit to do so or otherwise permitted by law. From the Takata Employee Manual, which was never formally approved in any way, but was drafted just before Todd and I arrived, there's a little bit more detail. I'm happy to read this as well. Ultimately, it says no weapons under any circumstances, but this is specifically referring to employees. The only exception was that we could approve trained personnel to have a weapon, say a security guard, if that was deemed necessary for security purposes. And then as an added note, there was a question about, what if somebody goes to the grocery store, they purchase scissors, kitchen knives, something that is within the normal realm of something they might do on a regular shopping trip using our vehicles. These are the questions I think that we would get stuck on, right? So my proposed weapons policy is as follows. The general policy is no weapons of any kind. For more details, no person, passenger, visitor, employee, etc., may at any time while on any property owned, leased, or controlled by Takata possess or use any weapon. For Takata employees, this prohibition extends anywhere the Takata business is conducted and in any location in which the employee represents Takata for business purposes. This is regardless of whether said passenger, visitor, employee, etc. possesses a concealed weapons permit or is allowed by law to possess a weapon. Since we recognize that the only means of transportation for many in our community, items purchased during a shopping trip in which a passenger relied on Takata transportation services and that might be reasonably used or perceived as weapons, i.e. scissors, small kitchen knives, blades and/or sharp objects for construction and/or lawn maintenance, etc., must be kept in their original packaging and be fully stowed in a bag or other container. At no time are guns allowed on Takata vehicles or property regardless of where and/or when the item was purchased. The Takata board may authorize trained personnel to have a weapon on company property when the executive director determines that this possession is necessary for safety and security purposes.
Any questions?
No questions.
Okay.
None.
So this need to be adopted then as the official weapons policy, because currently we don't have one. Is that correct, Mr. Director?
We do not. What we will probably do is get those decals with the gun. Have you seen those gun decals?
Yeah.
But the issue was, we didn't want to do that until we had a policy
Right.
that was approved by the board.
And as I stated, I think when we first started discussing this, was that definitely for, liability, reasons that we definitely should have one, because, if we're in compliance and somebody else is outside of the policy, then that kind of gives us some type of,
Absolutely.
shield, but, this day and age, they can sue you for an egg or something, but, at least you have something to, hold on to. So, at this time, we'll entertain a motion to approve the weapons policy as presented.
Entertain.
Been moved by Mr. Jackson and
Supported by Ms.
supported
Robinson.
by Ms. Robinson. Roll call, please.
Trustee Jackson.
Yes.
Trustee Singleton.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson, yes.
Motion carries. Right, Chair don't have a report. Public comments. Anybody, public comments? Bishop, public comment?
No, I finally had a day off. I thought I'd come with my wife to see some of my old friends. That's all, if that's a public comment or not.
So, good enough. Also, I don't know if you was in, we thank you for letting us use your facilities for the training too. So, thank you. Yeah. Mr. Little, you got any comments? Okay. Ms. Wiggy? I guess you don't. All right. We're motion to adjourn till the next meeting will be scheduled. We'll get with the clerk. Next meeting will be scheduled at December the 16th at 5:30. Okay, motion to adjourn till December the 16th.
I make that motion.
Okay, been
Second.
moved by Ms. Robinson, second by Mr. Jackson. Roll call.
Trustee Jackson.
Yes.
Trustee Singleton.
Yes.
Trustee Robinson, yes.